Bitcoin's bull run is in full throttle. Everyone is at the edge of their seats, waiting for Bitcoin to keep rising and rising and rising. There's euphoria spread worldwide with a lot of new people coming into crypto, but there's a big problem. You are being lied to about Bitcoin right now, and specifically its next move. And it all has to do with this red line right here, a Fibonacci level that nobody is paying attention to. When we get above this Fibonacci level, every single time we've done it before, that is phase 4 of the market. That's when the market explodes. That's when the market has the absolute biggest move of its history. Once we break this red level, explosion in price. 2016, break this red level, explosion in price. The biggest explosion is yet to come. The problem is we are having trouble with this red line at the moment, and there could be even further trouble if Bitcoin were to close below 64,000 in this month. You are being lied to. It stops right now. The lies need to stop spreading, and let's get to the cold, hard facts that will lead you in a positive direction to make a lot of money from this move that Bitcoin is in right now. Welcome. I'm Steve. Here we deliver honest, sponsorship-free TA with genuine value. Subscribe for a no BS approach that actually helps you. Subscribe. Now, here we are, Bitcoin US dollar index, and we are on the 1 month chart. What we have in front of us is the 3 distinct cycles of Bitcoin and their exact patterns repeating. All of the patterns that you see in 2016 were the exact same patterns that did in 2020, and that exact same patterns is 2024. Case in point, what we've done is we put the Fibonacci on our chart. You can do it as well. You can go right here in the Fibonacci retracement, and you go from the swing high to the swing low. In simple terms, you go from the highest price to the lowest price. And if you want, you can set up the chart precisely like me and have these 5 boxes clicked. If you're on the log scale, you will also have this box clicked at the bottom. Then you'll have it set up exactly like this. You'll see this red line that we're referring to. You can see the red line in each and every one. But here's where it gets interesting. Every single bottom of the market, every single time, Bitcoin holds the 0.38 Fibonacci level as resistance. Case in point, 2016. Bottom of the market here, we held the 0.38, which is this green line, as resistance. So at the complete bottom of the market, it was resistance at this 0.38. 2020, bottom of the market, resistance at 0.38. 2024, bottom of the market, resistance at 0.38. Is this time different? Not so much. Bitcoin loves to repeat the same exact things. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Bottom of the market, 0.38. Once we break through that 0.38, that's considered phase 1. Phase 1 builds its market structure directly on top of our resistance. Phase 1, right here, 2016. 2020, phase 1, breakthrough of the 0.38, holding support at the 0.38. Phase 1, very simple. 2024, 0.38, breakthrough, builds market structure directly on the 0.38. Now, this is where things start heating up, because now we're into phase 2. Once we break out of phase 1, phase 2 always goes up to this blue line. The blue line is the 0.78. Remember our settings right here, 0.78 in our blue. Phase 2 always travels up to this price, catching everybody by surprise, because now the market is not in phase 1 of the bull anymore. It's in phase 2, which has more power, more impact, more eyeballs, more worldwide recognition. Phase 2, up to this blue line. 2020, phase 2, up to the blue line. Well, how about 2024? Phase 2, up to the blue line. Each and every time holding some sort of resistance. Tilt your phone to the side and subscribe. This is the key, because after phase 2, it comes phase 3. Every single time, phase 3 is the same. It's a breakthrough of this blue line. Once we break through this blue line, we're in phase 3. What does phase 3 do? It flirts real hard with the all-time high or makes a new all-time high. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So phase 2, here, blue line resistance, breakthrough into phase 3, and right up to this red line, flirting real hard with the all-time high or making an all-time high. And once again, once you break through this red line, that's the most parabolic phase. Why? Because you no longer have the all-time high from before as resistance. You break through that final layer of resistance and the floodgates open and the thing goes crazy. If you thought Bitcoin was going crazy before, once we break into phase 4, it could be a very different story. So again, phase 3 is that breakthrough of this 0.78 up until this red line, which is the flirting real hard with the all-time high. 2020 was no different. We broke through this red line from phase 2 into phase 3 and flirted real hard with the all-time high, or just barely made an all-time high. And 2024, no different. We broke through this blue line. This was our breakout candle here in February, and we are in the midst of our confirmation candle confirming this month. But here's where it gets interesting, because we had the ability to break through this red line, but we were met with heavy resistance. Why? You can see the wick right here. So what does this mean for Bitcoin? Because again, there's a lot of lies being spread about Bitcoin right now and what is coming. Everybody is calling for crazy numbers. I see a ton of comments coming in, and I have to mention that I do not watch anybody on YouTube for the sole reason of I do not want to be influenced with my market analysis. There's a lot of people I respect in the space, but I have not watched anybody's video in years because I want my analysis to be pure and bona fide 1000% me. Even if you are a content creator and you respect other people and you watch them, subconsciously it's going to go into your brain and it will affect what you do. It's impossible unless you're a robot, right? So I don't know what anybody else is saying, but I can see all over social media, all of the comments, the polls, and the pulse of the community, the pulse of the crypto world is very, very clear. It's remarkably bullish, but plain and simple, we have not crossed this red line. So let's be clear about that. We need a close above here. We had our breakout candle here above our blue line, and this is our confirmation this month to be where we are. We have no bona fide signs that we have entered into this area. What we need is a candle closing in this area. Case in point, December 2020, close. Boom, above the red line, explosion. Case in point, 2016, breakthrough candle here, April, boom, May, confirmation candle, explosion in price. We need our actual candle to close above this red line, which we have not had. In fact, we've had pretty much the opposite. We've had pretty heavy rejection from this red line. And that has a very clear meaning that we need to unpack. Right now, we can see there's a wick on the top side. Again, this candle has not closed yet. A lot can happen between now and the close. This could either be our confirmation candle of a breakout above here, right? If over the next 2 weeks, this candle is closing in 2 weeks, and over the next 2 weeks, we have a rally and we come over this red line, this will be our breakout candle, and then we would have to wait for the following month for our confirmation candle. This would be just like this candle. This is our breakout candle, meaning half of its body is below the blue, half of it's above. It's our confirmation candle that we are breaking out. This is our confirmation candle that is closed, right? So if this candle over the next 2 weeks rallies up, it's not a huge deal. It's still a breakout candle, right? We would have to wait for a confirmation candle. However, if over the next 2 weeks we stay at the price we're at now, or we go lower, we could have problems. Plain and simple, right? Not my opinion, not a guess, not some prediction, factual evidence. We have a large wick to the upside, right? Which means we have pressure to the downside. And we're holding this red line as resistance. And if Bitcoin were to close below 64,000, we would print a very bearish candle. If Bitcoin were to close the monthly chart below 62, 63,000, it would be a remarkably bearish candle. It would be a trend reversal candle. A candle that would send the market in the opposite way, and it would take a few months to recover. That's not up for debate. That's factual evidence. Okay, so this candle is so important and this red line is so important, but everybody is just blindly saying, you know what, this time is different. We have the ETF and we're bullish, $1 million Bitcoin, here we come. But it doesn't work like that. There's phases of the market that happen every single time. If we break this red line, that's the most bullish part. We haven't done that yet. We dipped our toe in there, but not with a confirmed printed candle. We just dipped our toe in there in the midst of the month, right? Not very noteworthy. What is noteworthy is the close of this candle and how this candle looks, right? It can go two ways. One, really good for Bitcoin. Two, really bad for Bitcoin. I'll put a third one in, really, really bad for Bitcoin. A close of 63,000 or less would be very bad for Bitcoin. That would be a trend reversal candle on a monthly chart, which would take several months to recover. Let me talk about the one, I've never discussed this before, this blue line, the 1.618, this one that you put right here in the baby blue. Here is where the next phase stops. Phase 4 stops here, phase 5 is after that. One noteworthy point, 2020 didn't have a phase 5. We just had 4 phases and we got right up to this 1.618 as resistance with our double top, right? 2016, we did reach a phase 5. 2020, no phase 5. What's going to happen in 2024? Because this level is a very high number, and I'm going to show you that in a moment. But we reached it in 2020. Are we going to reach it again in this market cycle? Let's take a look at some prices that we're looking at, right? Tilt your phone to the side and subscribe. And again, these are not price predictions. This is quite literally factual evidence of the Fibonacci based on the previous swing high and the previous swing low. It's all factual evidence, right? Right now, that level is at 170. That level will not change no matter if Bitcoin goes up, down, backwards, forward, sideways. It doesn't matter. This is a Fibonacci level. It's set in stone. That level is at 170. And I repeat, we reached that level in 2016 with a phase 5. We did not reach anywhere close we did reach 2020 at that level. 2016, we reached above it in phase 5. 2020 stopped at this phase 4. Can we reach this top of phase 4 of the cycle at 170? I'm going to be making a video later this week discussing the 5.3 theory. Is it still relevant? What's going to happen? Could we expect numbers of 170 or not? I'll be doing a video later about that. Now let's get to the RSI at the bottom of your screen. Very noteworthy information about the RSI on the monthly chart. Bitcoin, for the history of its mankind, of Bitcoin, since 2013, has printed a high, a lower high, another lower high, another lower high. At the top of our channel, we have this red line representing resistance. Luckily for us, these are parallel channels. At the bottom, we also have a parallel line to that, meaning this was our low, this was a lower low, and this was yet another lower low. So we're in this parallel channel slanting down, not up for debate. This is just factual evidence, right? If you're new to the channel and you love facts and you love the fact that we don't take paid ads, no paid sponsorships, hit that subscribe button. That's what we do here. Factual evidence. We're not making these crazy predictions to get more clicks and views. Bona fide facts in the charts. Now, we have this parallel channel pointing down, and we have this yellow box that we drew here. Why? That's our next market structure that's above our heads in the RSI. So on the monthly scale, we do have room to rise. It's likely that we will stop around this red line. Luckily for us, this red line is right around the 90-ish mark. Even if you go fast forward all the way until, July 2026, which we won't reach that level, but even in 2025, it's right around the 90 level. So watch the monthly RSI around the 90 level for a potential top, right? Right now, we're sitting pretty at about 75, but above our heads, we have this at our low of 80 and the high of 84. The 80 to 84 area is significant market structure dating back to 2017 February, holding this as resistance. Also 2017 September holding as support. And then we have those two data points from 2020 November and 2021 January, all 4 of those data points are creating the structure that's right above our head. Expect Bitcoin to have some significant movements right around the structure. It will respect the structure. And then right above that, we have that 90 level. So that's what I want you to watch for as we continue forward. This red line is going to be monumental. The close of Bitcoin is going to be monumental. It's getting very exciting. Leave your comments down below. Do you think we're going to reach the 1.618 in this market cycle? Yes or no? I'll see you right back here in the next video. Hit that subscribe button. This bull run is our road to 500,000 subscribers, but I need your help. Today, tell one person about our YouTube channel, how we spit facts, go against the herd, take no paid sponsorships of any kind. Road to 500,000, let's go.